Wine drinking people, time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. Our good friend Trey Christie in from the Spire collection to showcase some of the Jackson family's top level wines. And this is a company that has got, I mean, just an incredible portfolio of wines. When you look from top to bottom, even the Kendall Jackson wines, the Vintners Reserve Chardonnay that they make 3 million cases of for the money for what it is, a really nice bottle of wine. Most of that fruit, not all of it, is estate grown. You know, this is a company that founded its base of its business on the vineyards first. They just went into the Willamette, and already they're the largest landholder in the Willamette Valley, this Grand Moraine. Outstanding. We started out with the Gallery Sauvignon Blanc, which is made by Chris Carpenter, the winemaker for Cardinal, which... Cardinal 2012 wine of the night. But the Gallery, really nice example of Napa Sauvignon Blanc, lemon, lime, citrus, a little green apple, some nice freshness to this wine on the nose, very clean style, some white flowers, a little hint of minerality there, really zesty and fresh wine on the palate, leaving the tongue salivating for food, a nice richness to the mid-palate here as well, a nice creaminess in the texture, excellent juice. And then on to South Africa. Yes, that's right, they're in South Africa now, and this wine is made by Graham Wirtz from Stone Street. He's from South Africa, and this is from the Finbosch Vineyard. And this Capensis Chardonnay from the Western Cape, man. Outstanding. One of the best Chardonnays I've ever had from South Africa. You could put this in a blind tasting with Premier Cru Burgundies, and I think it would stand up. It's got a beautiful nose, kind of flinty, minerally aromas coming out, bacon fat, lemon drop candy, fresh floral qualities. A big Chardonnay, but it's got everything in proportion. The first time I had this wine, the flinty, sulfury component was a bit off-putting on the second day, but on the second day, man, this wine, impeccable. Most excellent juice at $78. The Grand Moraine Pinot from Yem Hill Carlton. And like I said, man, these guys bought into Willamette in a big way. And this wine comes from the Dundee Hills. And this is the first release of this wine. It's got a nice earthy character to it. Some nice red berry fruit, brown spice, truffle, earthy character. Really nice rich berry fruit on the tongue. A silky smooth texture. And just a lot of nuance in this wine. You know, it's kind of a big style of Pinot, but it's got a lot of nuance and a lot of elegance as well. It really opens up nicely on the second day. Most excellent juice at $43.50. All right, the La Hota Merlot from Howell Mountain. Man, for a Merlot, this is a big little monster, man. Very dense and rich on the nose. Dark cherry, dark plum, chocolate, mocha, sweet herbs, a nice gravelly, minerally, earthy note coming out on the second day. You get that from mountain fruit and this wonderful structure on the palate. A lot of ripe berry fruit, ripe round tannins, a bit dry in the finish, but a nice firm hand of acidity holding everything together. This is definitely a candidate for the cellar. Most excellent Merlot. All right, the Cabernet, also most excellent. A really big bouquet, dark currant, blackberry fruit, dark chocolate. Nice amount of fresh earth here, dark tobacco spice. As this wine opens up even more and more complex. Similar flavor profile to the Merlot in terms of the minerality in this wine, but more tannins, darker fruit. And this wine's still having excellent balance and a nice freshness. This wine needs a bit of time. I would hold on to it even better on the second day. These 2012s have wonderful balance. All right, the Mount Brave Cabernet Sauvignon 2012 up next, and Mount Veeder even more intense, more dry. This wine needs some time here. A lovely bouquet though, dark berry fruit, toasty oak spice, bitter chocolate, almost a crushed rock kind of minerality showing as this wine opens up. But a little monster on the palate, lots of tannins, big and chewy, almost giving you that mouth puckering effect. A lot of that nuance from the nose showing through the finish. I would try this wine again in 10 years. But it's excellent juice. May merit a higher score at that time. The 11 Malbec. You get that really green character in this wine. Very different from all the other wines. The 12s don't have it. Almost a wintergreen character to the blackberry fruit. The tannins are a little bit lighter in this vintage, though, making the wine smoother, easier to drink. This is Malbec also, not Cabernet. But you really notice that character of this 11 vintage in the nose, that wintergreen, lasting through the finish. But people like this Malbec, and I thought it was excellent as well. It's $79.50. All right, the Capture Red up next. This is a Spring Mountain wine. It's a new label, mostly Cabernet Sauvignon, 87%, 11 Merlot, 2 Cab Franc. This wine's got a beautiful bouquet of blackberry fruit, fresh earth, kind of graphite mineral notes, some herbs and tobacco spice coming out as this wine opens, as well as some milk chocolate. Very balanced wine on the tongue. Approachable tannins in this wine. It's got some nice toasty oak, some espresso notes on the finish. A little bit of dryness here at the end, but plenty of fruit. This wine should hold up for a decade or more. Excellent juice at $83.25. And then the wine of the night, almost unanimously, the Cardinal 2012. Well, hey, if you got the pick of the best vineyards to work with in this portfolio, and this is really their marquee wine at $255 a bottle. It is killer juice, man. Amazing bouquet, cigar box spice, dark currant, sweet cherry liqueurs, just continuing to open up and become more complex throughout the course of the night, and even better on the next day. Wow, very well endowed on the tongue, just incredibly rich fruit, and the tannins, though, wonderful balance in this wine, not very dry at all at the end, but a long layered finish. Like I said, killer juice, one of the best Cabernets that I've had from this 2012 vintage. And then thank you to Andre and Ken. You know, they brought extra. Usually we get extra anyways at these Wine Watch tastings, but they brought us a bottle of 2006 Anaconda Helena Dakota Vineyard, and this is from Knights Valley, showing a little bit of evolution, as it should here on the nose, some dry tobacco, earthy, loamy notes, but still has some nice plum and berry fruit here showing through, and but the earth starting to more to play center stage in the aromatics here, but still a lot of fruit on the palate, smooth and silky, the tannins really rounding out nicely, that lovely earth and tobacco quality from the nose lasting through the finish. Most excellent juice. As was the 2002 Verite, which came in second place. And this is their Cabernet Franc blend, the Les Désirs, which is actually more Merlot, 52% and 41% Cab Franc, and a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon and Malbec in the blend here as well. This wine's got a beautiful bouquet. 2002, really hitting on all cylinders right now. That lovely blackberry, cassis fruit, a little sweet soy, a nice amount of earth and mineral nuance, some herbs and flowers. As this wine opens up, just becoming more and more complex on the tongue. Like I said, the tannins almost at a perfect point right now for drinking. Just lovely balance in this wine. Still has fruit and that evolution, that spice from the nose lasting through the finish. Killer juice. One of the best wines that I've had this year from the 2002 vintage as well. And we still have this wine at under $200. The new releases are over $300. So the best value in the lineup of all the wines, the Verite Les Désirs. That's what we had to drink with our friend Trey Christie. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.